Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 222. Session 9. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Joe.
Welcome to Session 9.
Yes.
Tell me about your trauma.
Really? Because I will.
I realized as I was saying it that I was opening a can of worms.
Well, we can go ahead and close it. It's not too late.
Okay.
So where do you live, Joe?
I live right here.
Good.
That's all I got.
That's all that we need.
Perfect. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, Session 9.
Yep.
How's it going?
It's going okay. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
This movie make you feel good?
It's not a feel-good movie. That is for sure.
No, not really. Yeah, some bad stuff happens in it.
Yeah, lot of bad stuff happens.
Yeah. The least of which is David Caruso.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. I didn't realize. So the majority of my experience with David Caruso is in the pre-credit scenes for CSI Miami.
As I believe are most people's.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that he's doing a thing on CSI. I just assumed that was how he actually is. So when he appeared in this movie and was not doing that thing, I was a bit taken aback.
So I saw this movie probably 2001 or so, whenever it was released on DVD the first time.
Okay.
And I don't know when. God damn it. Little fucker just knocked over my fan. Hold on.
Oh, no. Yeah, take your time.
Is gonna do it again. Nope. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Viewmasters.
God damn it. Oh,
I'm
live
sorry.
with the cat from hell
I'm sorry.
who only wants to do bad shit when I'm watching him.
Well, just don't look at him ever.
I try not to. But then he meows loudly and constantly to get my attention.
That's fair.
Where was I?
You saw this movie in 2001.
Yes. So I don't know when CSI Miami was a thing. I feel like that was afterwards.
I think so. Yeah, because I want to say that the original CSI debuted maybe in 99, 2000?
It was definitely late 90s for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so the first spinoff probably wouldn't have been until,
Early 2000s, probably.
yeah, quite a few years after that.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, when I did watch this, I had a preconceived notion of David Caruso. Maybe it was just him being a raging egomaniac from leaving NYPD Blue.
Right.
And attempting to strike out on a film career that went nowhere. But but I definitely had a preconceived notion of David Caruso before this movie.
Yeah, I remember that about him as well. That he left NYPD Blue after like one season,
right?
To start his movie career. And I never watched NYPD Blue, so I wasn't familiar with him. I just remember my parents making fun of him for doing that.
Right.
So
yeah, I never saw NYPD Blue myself, but I remember the hubbub about it. And I remember I worked at a movie theater when one of his first, movies came out. And it was just a terrible bomb. I think it was called Jade or something like that.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. And yeah, so I honestly think before watching this movie, I couldn't really say whether he was a bad actor or not. I just had this idea of him in my head.
Yeah.
That was just not positive.
Right. Yeah, this is the first thing that I've ever seen all the way through that he's in.
Right. The only other thing I can say that I've seen him in is, all the way through, is First Blood, the very first Rambo movie.
Is he in that? I had no idea.
He is. He is a little baby David Caruso in that. He plays like one of the young punk deputies who tries to fuck with Rambo and regrets it later.
Of course. As everyone who tries to fuck with Rambo does.
Exactly.
I've never seen a Rambo movie.
Really?
Really?
I would recommend the first one for sure.
All right.
Yeah. It is. It is quite good. And then diminishing returns. And then, depending on your love of gore, the fourth one's pretty good too.
All right. Is that just Rambo?
Yes, that one is just Rambo.
Okay. And then is there one called John Rambo?
Or
did I make that up?
There's... so it's First Blood, Rambo, First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Rambo, and then Last Blood.
Oh, Last Blood, that's what it was.
Yes.
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Rocky Balboa.
Yes. Yeah.
The sixth Rocky movie.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. David Caruso.
David Caruso.
He is kind of okay in this movie.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of everybody, I think he's probably the best.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at the time, he was definitely the biggest name in this movie.
Yeah.
Because Josh Lucas hadn't hit superstardom yet.
Right, he hadn't been in Hulk.
Right? And then I don't know who anyone else in this movie was, except for the cameo by Larry Fessenden at the end.
Oh, was he the poor guy who shows up to help out and then immediately dies?
Yep, that's the guy.
I felt so bad for that guy. Like, he's just walking into this situation he has nothing to do with.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're in a horror movie.
That's true.
Hey, this is a horror movie.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was a horror movie when we started it, or when I started it. I really had no idea what this was about.
I kind of wanted to make sure that you were in the dark on it. Even though it had been like 20 years since I had seen it, especially when I started watching it, some stuff started coming back to me. And I guess I wanted to know how the twists work out for you.
Yeah, I guess there are multiple twists, aren't there?
Yeah, kind
of. I don't know. I mean, it felt pretty predictable. A lot of it did, I feel like.
Okay.
And I think part of it is that, when they're pretty early on, we get an indication that Gordon is not right. Yeah. That there's something going on with him. So, when he does spoiler alert, eventually go crazy and start attacking people, even though we don't know that it's him doing it. I feel like, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Of course it's him doing that. We knew he was crazy already, and naturally that's what's going to happen. Yeah. I expected it to be more like maybe he had been a patient there before the place shut down, and so like maybe he didn't remember it, and him coming back would help him remember it. And I thought maybe he'd have some sort of connection to Mary Hobbs, right. The patient in the titular session 9, but so yeah, like I feel like almost like adding that extra connection would have made it a little stronger for me. But as it was fine. Yeah, the guy goes crazy.
Yeah. I will say that watching this again 20 years later, it fell a little flat for me.
Yeah.
I remember loving this movie, when I was a dumb 21-year-old or whatever. But, like, I can't remember my initial reactions other than, liking it. But I feel like this movie tries way hard to, and maybe it's because he is the big name in the movie, to try to convince you that David Caruso is the one who is gonna snap and kill everybody.
Yeah, I actually, like, I thought maybe that would be the twist. Like, right. They were setting it up that Gordon was the one who was the killer or whatever, or behind whatever was happening, because we didn't even really know, is there a killer? What's actually happening?
Right.
And I thought maybe it was going to be revealed that no, it's not. It was actually David Caruso, or maybe there's some malevolent force that jumps bodies or whatever. So it was both of them. I don't know. I guess I just expected a little bit more.
Right.
And instead it felt fairly straightforward.
It really is, once you get into it, because it does. It seems like it is trying to play too many different things at once.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is trying to convince you that, perhaps someone else on the crew is unhinged, or it tries to convince you that, they're stirring up ghosts and there's an evil entity about. But, that doesn't happen either.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if anybody was going to go crazy, you'd think it would have been the guy who was actually listening to the tapes.
Right.
But no, he's just obsessed with these tapes. Like, yeah. Take them home and listen to them, man.
Sure. Well, he probably doesn't have a reel-to-reel.
That's true. Well, you can take the reel-to-reel home. They're just going to throw all that stuff out anyway, I would assume.
Maybe he's, I can't, steal this stuff in front of everybody. It's not exactly, everyone's going to notice if I try to tuck a reel-to-reel in my, contamination suit.
That's true, I suppose. I mean, he could come back late at night and steal it like Josh Lucas did.
That's true. Well, I think the reason that Josh Lucas came back was because they're not supposed to be stealing stuff during the day.
No, that's all right, man. You got me. Not supposed to be stealing stuff during the day. Can't steal stuff at night. When are you supposed to steal stuff?
You know what? I don't think you're supposed to steal stuff. Yeah, it's weird.
I've been living my life all wrong, clearly, is what it sounds like.
Well, you should have, way cooler stuff if you're just going around stealing things.
I've got some pretty cool stuff, Eric.
That's true, you do. I can't deny that.
I have too much stuff. I gotta stop stealing things.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised Jenny hasn't stopped you.
Yeah, she's tried.
Have you secretly murdered Jenny?
No. Yeah, alright, so here's a problem I had with this movie. This movie is all dudes.
Yeah.
And the only named, or I guess there's two named female characters. The only one who has any dialogue that we actually hear, or no, I guess, yeah, if you count Mary Hobbs, the recordings of Mary Hobbs.
So 3.
So 3 of them. All right, fine. But none of them actually appear on screen. Outside of, we see photographs of Mary Hobbs. But yeah, so Gordon's wife, she has some lines that we hear, like in his memory. But yeah, she dies off screen, as does a baby.
Yep, and a dog.
And a dog. Yeah, that part I didn't care for at all. That was real upsetting.
You laughed heartily at the baby, but you got really upset with the dog.
You know what? That's where I draw the line.
I understand. I'm with you.
Infanticide is fine. I have a word I can categorize that. I don't know what the word is for killing your pets or animals.
I don't know. I can tell you what it feels like to come real close to that edge.
Yeah, I bet you can. Don't do it.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah. No, I mean, it just, it was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Just, this movie's a real sausage fest. And I don't mean the hilarious comedy. Is it hilarious? I don't know. I've never seen it.
Neither have I. I don't know.
All right. That's my pick for next week.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Done. Good night, everybody.
I don't know. I don't know where to watch that.
Neither do I. We'll have to pirate it.
Perfect.
But I mean, this is an asbestos removal crew, Joe. There can't be any women.
Okay.
This is a man's job.
All right. Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It felt like, I know it was shot on video.
Actually, it was not.
I thought it was.
No, it was. It's one of the first digitally shot movies.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was something different about it.
Yeah.
But
shot at a higher frame rate than most film.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt like it's pretty low budget.
It is.
It all takes place in one location, more or less.
Yeah, for the most part.
And I read that they didn't like have a lot of props that they had to bring in. They just used stuff that they found around the hospital.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it felt like, I feel like if I had been younger, I probably would have loved this, because it would have felt like, oh, I could do this.
Sure.
Like this, find a cool location and come up with a script and just make it there with 5 or 6 of my friends.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I have both been involved in projects like that.
I think you're right.
Mostly for one mastermind.
Right, yeah. I thought of him while I was watching this movie.
Yeah, I could see that. But, yeah, so the basic plot of it is there's an abandoned mental asylum that is scheduled to be renovated for city use. And this is a crew of guys who get hired to come in and remove all the asbestos and toxic materials inside. And then weird shit starts happening.
Hilarity ensues.
Yes. Yeah, it is all shot in an actual abandoned hospital, Danvers State Hospital, which was a real place. And it was. Well, I read that there were only like 4 places in the building that they could actually safely go into and shoot the movie.
Right.
because it was a death trap.
Yeah, I mean I feel like we don't really get a sense for the scope of the size of the building until pretty late in the movie.
Yeah.
Like we see sort of ground level establishing shots of it, but then later on in the movie there's this overhead aerial view of it, and yeah, it's a huge campus.
Yeah. The guy from original CSI, who's like the city whatever, tries to explain the size of the hospital while he's giving them a tour, but yeah, you're right, we don't really actually see it until the middle end.
Yeah, like 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought his description of it as being like, a bat, basically, like there's a body down the middle and then two wings off either side. Having seen the overhead shot, I was like, oh yeah, that's a really apt description.
Yep. Could have been a good Arkham Asylum.
Could have been. Probably not.
Yeah. Well, it got torn down like 4 years after this movie was made.
So could have been in Batman Begins.
If possible, yeah. the last good Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh.
No, that's not true. I liked The Prestige.
I love The Prestige.
Yeah. That was the last good Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. The Memento's up there, too.
Oh, yeah. That came first.
That did come first, yes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was fine.
Yeah. Like I said, it did not live up to how I remembered it, for sure.
Yeah.
It kind of came off fairly amateurish.
Mm-hmm.
And the characters are all pretty flat and, just broad strokes. Like, the dumb mullet guy and,
right.
Josh Lucas with, whatever the hell he was doing.
He was just Josh Lucasing around.
Sure. And I kind of like Josh Lucas. I got no problems with him.
Yeah.
I kind of wish he was in more stuff, but, he's just kind of just playing a douchebag in this movie.
Yeah, I think he plays a perfect asshole.
Yeah. I did think about you at the one of Josh Lucas's last scenes where he gets an eye pick the lobotomy pick pulled out of his head.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that part.
Oh, okay.
I definitely looked away. So it's like, I know what's about to happen. I could barely look at him with the thing still in his eye.
No, yeah, it was not pretty.
It was horrible.
So, the movie has some effective stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. It is just okay. It's nowhere near as good as I remembered it being, but it's not a terrible movie either.
Yeah. And I mean, it's only, an hour and 40 minutes, so it's not like it was a just okay movie that I had to sit for, 2 hours and 15 minutes through or something.
Sure.
So I wasn't angry that I watched it or that I spent the time on it.
Well, that's good. And, I don't know that I have much else to say.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really either. I did think, though, I guess a thought occurred to me while I was watching it. We got Josh Lucas who's digging for treasure down in the bowels, and then there's the guy who's, taking time to listen to tapes. Yeah. And they're on a fairly tight schedule.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta get things done within a week if they want to get this big bonus. I was really upset from a project management perspective. That these people were wasting so much time.
It really did. I mean, I guess, for narrative's sake, we don't really want to see them actually doing the work.
Right.
But, most of the movie does seem to take place after hours or on their lunch break.
Yeah.
And they do spend a lot of time just squabbling with each other.
Yeah, that was just a dumb thought I had.
No,
like if I was the site manager here, if I was David Caruso's character, I would be really just unpleased with the work that these guys are doing.
You know what? I'm on your side on this.
So if he had turned out to be the killer, you know what? All right, I'll give it to him. They did have it coming.
Yeah, you're right.
I think we just made this movie better.
So it's not a movie about insanity. It's about, being an unproductive worker.
Exactly. I wrote a short story in college about a guy who works for a company as an efficiency expert. Mm-hmm. And basically he identifies the deadweight employees and then murders them.
I like that.
That's what I thought of while I was watching this.
Oh, well, that's narcissistic of you.
Yeah, you know what? All right, fine. It is.
But you know what? I'd read that comic or watch that movie based on that.
I think it was like a 3-page story too, so it was really short.
Yeah, you can stretch that out a little.
Yeah, make it a 2-hour movie. Perfect.
Yeah. There have never been any problems with stretching out a prose story into a feature-length film.
Not that I can remember.
None at all.
I mean, The Hobbit did it really well.
Oh, yeah.
Got 3 movies out of it, so jeez.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
I know I saw the first one. I may have seen part of the second one. I don't know why, because I know I didn't enjoy the first one. I don't know.
I did see all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Right. Yeah.
Which, I enjoyed, I guess.
Yeah, Peter Jackson should have quit while he was ahead.
Yeah. There's, just don't try to go recapture some magic.
Yeah.
Just be happy with what you did. And for that matter, I'd say Brad Anderson, the director of this movie, I think tried to recapture some of the quote-unquote magic of this with The Machinist.
Oh, did he do that movie too? I didn't know that.
He did indeed. And I remember seeing that in the theater, probably based on what I thought of this movie, and did not enjoy that one.
Yeah, I know I've seen that. It's been a really long time. And I remember that there's like a weird twist.
Yep.
About a car accident.
Yep, something like that.
But beyond that, I don't remember anything about it other than Christian Bale looking horrifically skinny. Yeah,
that's pretty much everything that movie revolved around. It pretty much sacrificed plot and story development for look at this crazy actor doing this crazy thing.
I mean, in that respect, success, because he was doing a crazy thing.
It's true. And then immediately went and made Batman.
Yeah. Super skinny Batman.
He was yeah.
No, he wasn't super skinny in that.
No, he was pretty buff.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, Christian Bale.
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing right now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I know he did the Dick Cheney movie.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what else he's done recently.
Me neither.
He's probably fine.
Yeah, I'm sure. He probably had something.
Oh, he was in Ford v Ferrari. Dawn of Justice.
Right. Yes.
I'm sorry, Dawn of Fast Cars.
No, I think you were right in the first place.
So yeah, he has transitioned into dad movies now, I guess.
All right.
Good for him.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'd see that.
I know it's been on HBO. I just have zero interest in watching that.
Yeah. It definitely feels like, I'd watch it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But, nobody watches actual TV anymore, so I probably never would watch it.
But yeah, like if you're flipping through channels on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. I totally get that.
Yeah, those don't exist anymore now.
Channels?
Or
Sunday afternoons?
Yes to all.
So what's making you happy this week?
That is a very good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know either.
All right.
I've been Jenny's been rewatching the X-Files.
Okay.
As she does somewhat regularly. And
that seems like an every other week kind of thing.
Yeah. But I've been sort of watching sporadically with her, and that's a really fun show. I always forget how much I like the X-Files until I'm watching it. So I guess that's been making me happy lately.
Yeah, that works. I'm I like the X-Files, but I don't think I could ever go back and just rewatch it.
Yeah.
Part of it is I really don't like the mythology episodes, and there are a lot of those. And I could give a rat's ass. I always liked the funny ones.
Yeah. No, I should say that when Jenny rewatches the X-Files, she skips all the ones she doesn't like.
All right.
And just watches the ones that are good.
Oh, that's good.
Which is, largely the funny ones.
Yeah.
So those have been the ones that I've been seeing, and I've really enjoyed those.
Well, there we go.
She'll make you a list if you wanna join in. She loves making lists of X-Files episodes.
Okay. As long as the Bruce Campbell episode is in there, then we're good.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. I was talking about the X-Files with someone the other day. Mostly just about how it came back like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And my thought on that was why?
Mm-hmm.
Because like that had 9 seasons.
Yeah.
And even though, it definitely had a diminishing return, towards the last couple of seasons, that's still a really good length of time for any TV show.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not something that needed to come back.
Yeah, I agree, and I've watched some of the return and agree that it did not need to come back.
Yeah.
Because by and large, it was not very good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting out there with only 1 season of Terriers. Come on, fuckers.
You people and your Terriers. I still haven't watched that.
It's a great show, and it's on Hulu.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. I got comics yesterday. That was nice.
Nice. Did you get anything cool?
I decided to re-catch up on Moonshine.
Okay.
So I wound up buying like 4 of the issues that I was missing from that. And I went to my local comic shop, which is now like 30 minutes away from me, to go get those, and got mad at the owner because he wasn't wearing a mask.
So I've heard.
Yep. And then went out and got Indian food, which I haven't had since like January.
Nice.
And then came home to find my actual major comic order had been delivered as well.
Man, what a great day.
It was a pretty good day.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to think if there's any standouts in that. Batman Curse of the White Knight. Batman Grave.
Uh-huh, yeah. New issue of Cyberfrog in there?
Yep.
You son of a bitch. Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Oh, yeah. Yep. All the great ones.
Oh, Jesus.
I did get the Sex Criminals latest issue with the Jen Bartel variant cover.
Oh, how was that?
It was pretty good.
Is it super sexy?
It was definitely sexy. And definitely needed to be bagged and covered.
Maybe I'll Google that.
Yeah. I got Firepower, the graphic novel prelude.
Excellent.
Some Chris Somney goodness in there.
Did you get the Free Comic Book Day first issue as well?
I have that on order, but that did not come with it.
That's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, that came out a few weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Huh.
I know Mavericks had it out, or at least they had a label out that said Firepower #1 Free Comic Book Day, and they didn't have any copies.
Of course.
Yeah. I did pick up the Street Fighter 100 Free Comic Book Day book, though.
Nice.
Just because it was free.
Sure, of course. Yeah, my shop has decided to not take part in the all summer long free comic book summer or whatever.
Okay.
And just to hold all of the Free Comic Book Day titles until a later date when I think they're all out.
Okay.
Because I think he wants to have his own Free Comic Book Day, basically.
Just murder the most people at once as possible.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, when that issue of Firepower came out, I had to ask him, and he sort of grumbled and went in the back and grabbed me a copy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him work.
Yeah. Fucking lazy store comic people. They're the worst.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy that graphic novel. I really liked it.
I'm really looking forward to it. Get my old man reading glasses out.
All right. Should I pick a movie?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay. Well, a lot of the ones, I know I sent you a list a little while ago of possible movies that I was going to pick.
Sure. Are they all off Netflix now?
Actually, quite a few of them are not on Netflix anymore. So I'm going to pick a movie that just came out.
Ooh.
I'm hoping that you haven't watched it yet.
Probably not.
It is on Netflix, and it's called The Old Guard.
Okay, yeah, I have not watched that.
Yeah, so it stars Charlize Theron, and based on the graphic novel by Greg Rucka and Leandro Fernandez.
All right, Greg Rucka has me blocked on Twitter for some reason.
Aww. I don't think he's on Twitter anymore.
Okay, well, when he had me blocked.
Huh, that's strange.
Yep, I don't know why. I never interacted with the dude.
Did you say something mean about the question?
No.
Well, I don't know then. I give up.
Oh, okay.
No, it's probably like a blockchain thing.
Yeah.
You were following someone that he doesn't like. I don't know.
All right.
I'm sure it's nothing personal.
Well, it feels personal, and I'm already going to badmouth his movie.
Perfect. I can't wait to talk about it.
Okay, The Old Guard.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Well, we will talk about that next week.
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
All right, see you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.